After returning from war, another battle begins. More than 17 veterans commit suicide every day. After struggling with his own invisible wounds and losing fellow veterans to suicide, our guest, Phil Palmer, launched WarriorWOD, a nonprofit focused on saving lives by treating PTSD at its root. Glad to have you with us, Phil.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Tell us what branch of the military you served.
So I was in the Marine Corps from 2005 until 2013.
Okay. And that statistic, it resonates to a degree. However, it's a little bit not true, the 17 number.
Yes, ma'am. So,
tell us why.
The VA puts out an annual report, suicide annual report, every single year, and they claim 16.8, right? That's been pretty consistent since 9/11. And the reality is that number is jaded by the data they collect. A morgue has to say that it was a suicide. Additionally, for VA to count it, it has to have a suicide note or a weapon. And there's multiple other ways individuals can take their lives, veterans and civilians alike. And the reality is American Warrior Partnership, it's a think tank, it's a nonprofit as well, worked with Duke University, and they came to the conclusion that that number is probably double.
Double, yeah.
And that's just...
Is that because we're not accounting for drug abuse, substance abuse?
That is purely just taking your life quickly through a weapon or pills, with the intention of it's going to be pretty instantaneous. There's an additional equal number of veterans that lose their lives to substance abuse every single day. So when we look at the statistics, 6,100 veterans that have come home, served our country, would be considered a hero by all accounts. They have lost their lives every single year, 6,100. An additional 6,000 lose their lives every single year as a substance abuse. More veterans die because of what is in their mind than have active duty died in 20 years of war.
And I want to talk about what that battle within was like for you,
yes,
but you have been touched personally by many suicides of friends, which was initially the impetus to start WarriorWOD. So maybe you can talk a bit about how you personally were affected.
Yeah, absolutely. So I served again 2005 to 2013. I found myself in the battle for Ramadi in 2006 and 2007. And a lot of accounts say it's the deadliest battle that happened in Iraq. And I came home, I got wounded, I got hit by an IED, so Purple Heart. But also I came home with an emotional toll as well. We lost a lot of men, both Iraqis and Americans that served together. And the stigma for DOD at that time was officers did not have mental health issues. Then you wouldn't be fit for command and you can lose your security clearance. Now, was that made up in our own minds or was that the reality? I don't know, but I can tell you all of my peers are colonels now and they're still very stoic about it, right? And
that's the coping mechanism.
It is, 100%. And my coping mechanism wasn't drugs or alcohol. I started really needing adrenaline. I started skydiving. I did 4,000 skydives.
Oh goodness.
And if I didn't do that in the weekend, so I would go every single weekend, if I didn't get 10, 15, 20 skydives, I couldn't cope on Monday. Now I'm hiding this while I'm still active duty. I'm still part of my tribe, the Marine Corps, like-minded individuals. And in 2000,
that adrenaline junkie.
Yes, ma'am.
So it wasn't hard drugs,
no,
but it was something that could be equally as dangerous.
Yes, ma'am. And I started taking bigger and bigger risks. And in 2013, I finally left the Marine Corps, and I finally went to the VA. And the conversation we had was, hey, we're going to give you some antidepressants and talk therapy. If this first set of antidepressants doesn't work, because everyone's brain chemistry is different. If this doesn't work, we'll rotate to another. And I remember picking up the third version and it said, could cause homicidal or suicidal ideations. And I'm thinking like, the medicine that you're providing me is going to be something to help my mental health, but could cause the worst of my mental health.
That's right. That's right.
And in 2015, just randomly, I didn't know what CrossFit was, and I'm not a part of the cult. There's a CrossFit cult, I'm not a part of it, but it just happened to be a mile from my house. And I Googled gyms near me, found it, found myself every single day wanting to show up. And the first day I showed up was what we call a WarriorWOD, dedicated to someone that fallen in combat. And there was this old gentleman, veteran himself, and he walks up and says, "Is this your first day?" I said, yes, sir, it is. He's like, give me your phone number. If you're not here tomorrow, I'm going to call you.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now I've got this community building around
Yeah.
me. And I started eating well because I wanted to do well with working out.
So your world at this point was really changing. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I want to talk about this. We need to take a break. So
Yes.
when we come back, I also want to hear what the pivotal moment was that decided WarriorWOD was
Yes,
going to be a
ma'am.
thing. So let's do that
Let's do
in 2
that.
minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We've been talking with Phil Palmer. He is the founder of WarriorWOD. He is a Marine veteran who fought in Ramadi, one of the deadliest wars. And you came back and you went through some changes.
ma'am.
You were experiencing your own need for adrenaline and that feeling of being alive. And you found it in a CrossFit community.
Yes, ma'am.
And so this was a way, you said you were skydiving. You couldn't get enough skydives in to get that rush. So this is sort of another way of getting that adrenaline rush with both feet planted firmly on the
Yes,
ground, which
ma'am.
I'm sure your family
Yes, ma'am.
appreciated. So what was it like when you entered that community and was part of that CrossFit family?
It was amazing. On the first day I walked in, like I said, we were doing a WarriorWOD dedicated to a fallen vet or active duty member. And you see American flag and a Marine Corps flag and an Army flag, and all of a sudden, all these individuals were cheering me on. I was the last one to finish. And the last person gets the loudest cheer.
Aw.
And people were just embracing around me.
That's beautiful.
And before that, socially and occupationally, I was plummeting. The antidepressants, I call it a chemical lobotomy, right? And now—
Because you went to the VA and they did
Yes, ma'am.
prescribe you these medications.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I was plummeting socially, occupationally, and then within a year in this CrossFit gym, this community, and I don't care the modality. The fact that it was CrossFit is, largely irrelevant. I was moving my body, I was eating well, and I had a community around me.
Yeah.
Within a year, I didn't need to go skydiving anymore. And I still did, but it wasn't a need.
For fun.
And I was completely off of antidepressants.
Goodness.
And in my mind, so this is back in 2015-16, in my mind, it was my journey. I didn't see the equation.
Yeah.
So,
And so this gave you inspiration to start this organization, which those are the tenets that to make this a holistic approach to treating PTSD through fitness, nutrition, through
Mentorship.
community and brotherhood,
Yes.
sisterhood. Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Yeah, so fast forward to 2020, again, I saw it as my personal journey, but we're in a gym working out during COVID, so, probably shouldn't have been doing it. And I get a text message after a workout, and I'm looking at my partner whose brother also took his life, Marine veteran, in Fallujah, another epic battle that we had. And I showed Justin, and we both made a decision at that moment when I saw that text of another veteran that I knew took his life. We decided we're never on the sideline again.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and so since then, we've been building WarriorWOD.
That's great. And what does WOD stand for?
So technically, it stands for Workout of the Day.
Workout of the day?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And for people who want to join WarriorWOD, who want to become part of this family, how do they do so? Where do they find more information?
Yeah, so WarriorWOD.org,
Okay.
that's the best place to go. Whether you want to be a part of our organization from a veteran standpoint, you're suffering and you're looking for recovery, we've got a path for you. Last year, we saw a 29% decrease in PTSD symptoms. No antidepressant on the market can say that. 15% reduction in substance abuse. It's really hard to work out if you're hungover.
Yes.
And then I think the most important fact that we have from last year, there were 9 veterans that had suicidal ideations. All 9 of them, I had a phone call with them from across the country. They all say the same word: joy. Joy. It's just exercise. I would say no, it's not. It's bringing joy to people. It's saving lives. It's giving them quality of life that they deserve.
And joy and happiness are two very different things. Joy goes far deeper.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
That comes from within.
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful.
And all 9 of them are making the world a better place because they're still here.
As are you, Phil. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and really appreciate you taking the time to share with us. WarriorWOD, for more information, visit their website. And again, thank you for your
Yes,
service.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. We're back after this.